Hey everybody, welcome to the Go Team Coach Call for the 22nd of January here, and it is finally warm in the land of South Bend. It was in the 50s, it hit 51 degrees today, which it feels like seriously crazy like summer compared to like sub-zeros, which has been most of December and January so far. So that is really, really good. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. We've got a special guest. We've got Rachel Johnstone is going to come to us and bring, as they say, the proverbial heat, which will be awesome. And can't wait to hear her as we go through our call today. Just want to kind of quickly remind us a couple things. The reason why we exist as a team is to really exist to equip and inspire busy coaches with the essentials to help bring freedom-bringing businesses that then ultimately accomplish Beachbody's mission, which again is to help people achieve their goals and live healthy, fulfilling lives. So really what we're out to do, guys, once again, is equip and inspire. That's pretty much the main deal. Is we're trying to keep people inspired on their coach journey, and we want to equip them with things that matter and make a difference. And hopefully tonight will be a little bit of both of those, which will be great. So some equipping and inspiring. Okay. Wanted to pull into, we've got a sneak peek coming as next week is our sneak peek this time, same place, same time, same place. And it is going to be, I think, a really good thing. Now, I wanted to give you some scripting, but I also wanted to give it with a caveat before I show you this slide. I wanted to show you a real quick scripting as it relates to inviting to the actual sneak peek, okay? And here's the thing, guys, is as we invite to the sneak peeks and we start to get, one of those things that I don't know if you guys remember the day when you were like, at first you were like ready, like in terms of your invites, and you wanted to invite to your first free challenge, and you had never invited to anything before. Those first steps we're always like, feel so uncomfortable and it feels awkward and weird and crazy. And then you're like, kind of get used to it. Okay, free challenge, that's great. And then it's the same thing you hit when you start to invite to like a premium challenge. And you're like, again, it's a little cringy. I feel like I got to get my mojo in this and how I feel comfortable in my script, like how I'm actually going to invite people and who I'm actually going to invite. I would say the same thing then applies if you've never officially invited to sneak peeks when it comes to the coaching side of this. You will feel awkward in the beginning because you're going to go, oh, that feels so salesy. Oh, that feels so awkward and feels so weird. But ultimately what's going to happen, guys, is you'll start to find your vibe when it comes to it, and you'll start to be more confident. And when you're more confident after having done it a few times, then you're going to start to become more smooth, and you're not going to feel so second guessing yourself. So with that in mind, here's a real quick, I kind of scripted and that I've used. And again, I think you have to kind of play the relationship a bit but I wanted to kind of show you this real quick. Okay. So the first top here is I might send a quick message that would be something to the effect of, hey, whoever it is that potentially has a good vibe that you're looking for. And again, you're looking for people, guys, sometimes if you're, and your challengers are great, you can do that as well. But I would also say sometimes, and this is again, directly from Joe Carden, our Beachbody, my connection to corporate, we talked about just like literally inviting to challenge, inviting to sneak peeks. And that's not a bad thing, but hey, been checking out your posts on social media, and you see your positive attitude and on the outlet that you bring. It's such a gift, and appreciate you sharing it. And that might be just enough, okay? And honestly, that's just a gift that you can give to somebody, and just leave it. And they don't say anything back, not a big deal. But if they do say something back, you're like, oh, it's great. Now, you necessarily don't have to go like right with the next post and go, well, would you like to join my sneak peek? Because that could be a little bit awkward too. So I think you're going to have to like kind of play that relationship, but in the end of that, and you have to discern, and this is, I think, where the discernment gift that you need to be able to go, okay, is this ripe? Is this ready? Are we ready to do this? And then you can be like, okay, hey, you may know that I'm I help people part-time as a health fitness coach using Beachbody programs such as 21 Day Fix and PIO. We're holding a no-pressure sneak peek next week. We'd love to have you join us. Could I send you a short summary video just to show you, check out what we'll cover? Very simple. That's not pushy. I don't think that's like, you got to come to my thing and it's the best deal ever. And if you can buy this thing and it's a, pressure moment, and you actually, if you get on this thing, we'll give you a free gift. And that starts to get a little cheesy. And I think this is a really pretty low pressure situation. If I show you a short summary video, that might not be a bad thing. And then you show there's the short summary that we can send them about coaching. Okay, just a short idea there, real fast, and I thought I'd share that with you guys this evening as we roll. And I'll post it again on the Coach Club, something to this effect. Okay, a couple more things, and then we'll get right to the content of our call. Quote to grow on real quick is from our friend Autumn. Anybody loving the 80 days? Or how's their booty feeling? My outside booty cheeks are feeling it lately. I'm so sculpted. It's great. If it's important, you'll make the time. And that's truly, I think, guys, is really what we're doing, especially as we hit into this whole idea of these longer workouts. I don't know about you, but I'm like, I love it, man. I'm not like going, oh my gosh, I'm dying because I don't have, actually, I'm just making the time and I'm doing it, and I love them. And I love what we're doing in it. I think it's great. Okay. Last thing I would say, are you registered? Team Cup is happening, and we would love to have you make sure you are registered for Team Cup. If you're not on a team yet, and I think some of you guys are, that's really, really great. Make sure you contact your upline, and we'll make sure that we do get you signed up, and it'd be really, really fantastic. And love to have you be part of our Team Cup as we head into the month of February, which is going to be Team Cup, and lots of fun prizes and things like that. And it's always a great way, guys, especially this time of year, is to really build your business. And then also just win some fun swag, minimally hitting your Success Club 10, 5 or 10, you're going to get some prizes minimally. If you want to make a run for the big bucks, I totally would encourage you to do that. But also just minimally just getting those things, I think, is a great deal. All right, guys, without further ado, we'd love to introduce our featured guest tonight. Rachel Johnstone comes to you from the great land of Texas. And we are now. Where exactly in Texas are you located again, Rachel? I forget.
I'm in the Austin area.
Austin area. So Austin. So it's the non-Southern talking part of Texas. It's where people talk to pretty much like us in the Midwest, which is very now we can speak our language, which is great. Awesome. And so Rachel comes to us as now. Still qualifying 5-star, or did you actually hit the 5? No? Okay. Fell back down. Okay. So she's back to 4. It's all good. But the slide, see, this is an anticipatory slide, which is saying 5-star Rachel Johnson. So that is going to be, and then you'll be like, we'll fulfill that, like, even while we speak. People will sign up and they'll be amazing. So anyway, we want to welcome to Rachel. There's going to talk some Instagram, but it's going to be social media, so it's going to be more than that, particularly when it comes to our stories. If you guys, and I know I had some of you follow Rachel, I just was checking out her her story tonight, and I'm like, oh my word, how much this is like all these cool. She got like this head scratcher thing on her thing with her cat, and all these things that was happening, and I'm like, dang, so good. And she has a really great story as it relates to coaching. I love how she kind of breadcrumbs throughout that. So without further ado, let's all welcome Rachel Johnstone to our call. So we can give her some claps, even though she may not hear them, because we're maybe muting. That's all good. All right, so Rachel, take it away.
Thanks. Is there an echo? Do I have an echo?
Nope. Am I echoing?
Okay. No, I can hear myself do it. Can you hear me okay?
Totally. Yep.
Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm like, my phone is connected to my computer, and so like that's kind of all new for me.
Maybe that's what's going on. Sure.
Yeah, and then my headphones, and yeah. Okay, so I'm
share my screen. Probably that would help you. Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Now I lost everybody.
I see you.
Okay. Okay.
Particular screen you want to share, or do you just want to share your desktop?
No, this is good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, this is good. So yeah, I'm Rachel, and I've been a coach for about 1.5 years. I feel like it's so weird to not see people.
Can you see it on the side?
Wait. Let me stop sharing for just a second.
Okay, there we are.
Okay. Oh, I can just share this, I think.
Yeah, see, and you share. See, just share that part.
Can you share that? I mean, can you only see that?
Yes, just the Instagram.
Okay. I still can't see anybody else, but that's fine.
Oh, Rats, I'm sorry.
So I've been a coach for about a year and a half, and I started out, and these are the things that I try and say as frequently as possible, that I started out as an overweight challenger who thought that I was.
Oh, that's recording now.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Okay.
We're in a horror movie. This is awesome.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Hey, there's Abby, too. All right.
Okay. I'm having technical difficulties.
Girl, you know, first of all, also, hey, no thing. Totally no big deal.
Okay. So I've been a coach for about a year and a half, and I am a middle school band director. And I always feel like I have no time. And part of the reason why I didn't coach for so long is because I just didn't think I had the time to do it. And so those are the people that I try and attract and try and communicate with people, that you don't have to have a lot of time. Okay, let me get to QuickTime again. And so I've had I've been trying to grow my Instagram for the last maybe like 5 months or so. Mm-hmm. And I've actually had a lot of success with my newest people coming to it. I have a lot of fun. It's made me excited about sharing on social media. And I know that my extended family members aren't seeing it, and the majority of my coworkers at school aren't seeing it. Not that I necessarily hold back on Facebook too much either. Okay, new movie recording. Let me see if this works now. Yes.
Good.
Yes, let me just share my screen.
Puppies.
Yes, those are my puppies. Okay, so I've been using, so I still do my posts on Facebook and on Instagram, but I find like I have always been like a reality TV watcher, and I find myself like, if I am just have time to like scroll social media, I love watching stories. So I post a lot on my Instagram stories, and it's just a really easy way for me to kind of like post throughout the day, because I don't always have a lot of time to like sit down and come up with really well thought out things. Or if I'm not feeling really creative and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't posted anything today, like this has been a way for me to just still like stay connected and show that I'm open for business. And so these are like some of the things I talk to my team about that you can post and share on Instagram stories. Well, first of all, if you don't know how to use it, an actual story, obviously these little things up here at the top are people's stories that you can watch. It does show when you watch someone's story, same thing on Facebook, it shows you who looks at it, which is so awesome that you can see who's watching your stuff. And you just click on the little camera up there at the top, and then you take your video, or you take your story, or you take a photo, and there's all of these different like cool things. There's like a hands-free option, which I use a lot, where it gives you hold it down. If you want a self-timer on it, then you can swipe for different filters. This is my go-to filter, but I always try and find the filter that makes things the brightest. You can add, timestamps, locations. I use the hashtags a lot, all these little fun things. And there's lots of different stuff that you can do with text. And even, let's say that I wanted a white screen. Oops. If I wanted, I can take that photo. but I wanted just like a plain white screen. You just hold it down. You didn't see my finger, but I just like tapped the screen and held it. And then
that's cool.
Yeah.
And that's how you like can make quick quotes right on there, right?
Yes.
That's
yes. Cool. So things that I post and share about or pretty regularly on my stories are just like my workouts, my daily life, supplements. Like I think that's the easiest way to share about Shakeology and energize creatively without sounding, salesy. I definitely talk about how I fit coaching into my busy life. And like I always say, like I talk about how busy I am all the time, not to tell people that I'm really busy and I'm busier than everyone else. I think that everybody is busy, and I talk about it just so that they know I'm busy too, and I'm still, building a business and
doing it, yeah.
Make things happen. And I also I've had really good success in showcasing like the community that we have in team and challenge groups through my Instagram stories. And obviously, you can still share transformations and food and just things about challenge groups.
So how do you share, could I ask you to dial in on that specifically real quick here? How do you share the whole idea of community within your story as you're doing this? What's is that like part of your Fit Club deal?
Yes. So I have a couple examples. So Instagram now automatically archives. If you go up here, you can't see where I'm touching. Up here in the top right, corner, that little time, it's like an archive. Yep. And you can see it automatically is so awesome. It automatically saves all of your stories so that you can create highlights. And especially for this, I'm like, okay, what are some like examples I use for things like that? So I'm looking for January 9th here.
Nice book, by the way.
Yes, thank you for the recommendation. I have 20 minutes left in it. And so I love how he like totally called me out at the end. Like, you're probably getting to the end of this book thinking like,
I got it.
You're going to read next. So you are procrastinating or, you don't want to finish it. I'm like, ooh, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So here's just like a normal day. So January 9th is a Tuesday, back at school. Like I'm always running late in the morning, and I don't think that there's sound. I couldn't figure that part out, how to connect everything, but I basically I am running late. I was supposed to start my workout at 5 with my people. And I always talk about my happy, healthy, and fit crew. Energize is so key to me in daily life.
Especially with boomerang and energize go together.
Yeah.
Right?
And so I always show my workouts. I just want to show people what my daily life is like. And so I'll talk about how I film these in Instagram, but actually this one's not edited in Instagram. I did it in something else. And so we do, workouts on Zoom with the people in our challenge groups that do crazy early morning workouts too. And so I always every single day you're going to see them in there. And I've had people say to me oh my gosh, at one point I said, I can't wait till we have 10 people that join our 5 a.m. And this was before 80-Day Obsession, because now it's 4:30 a.m. Mm-hmm. Our Zoom calls. And the first time that we had 9, somebody messaged me, there was like, oh, you just have just one more. I'm like, okay, so people really do look to see who shows up. And also the people, and this is a mixture of my team and coaches that are my coaches and challengers that are in the group, and they'll say well, I know you're going to post it on your stories too. So I don't want other people on our team to know that I didn't show up today or things like that. So that's kind of helped behind the scenes a little bit.
Right.
And then I always tag them in there and just show them love. And honestly, we talk about just how much more fun it is to work out with to know that you're not alone at 4:30 in the morning all by yourself. Even though you are alone and people aren't watching you in real life, at the gym, that you have girls that are, or whoever that are just like you doing it along with you too.
Okay. Quick question here too. Talk about timing of this stuff as it relates to your day. So I noticed some of your stuff some of the stuff you're posting pretty much right after your workout, and then other stuff it's way later.
Yeah.
How's
But
that
usually
all?
depends on how late I'm running in the morning.
No, I'm talking like way later, like the evening. Like you're
Yeah.
posting about your morning in the evening. Did I see that right?
Yes. Oh yeah, I do that pretty regularly. This morning I posted all of my workout sequence stuff at lunchtime because I actually had time. But because I edit some of my things in another app before I post it, regardless, I get the most. The people view my stories the most at night, so it doesn't like affect anything. And then I know because they disappear in 24 hours that all of my stuff is going to be all together. So I know that I'm pretty good on my stories until, within that 24-hour period of time. But yeah, I do post them all at once. Ideally, no. Like when I was on break, I didn't post them all at once.
Yeah.
But because I do take some time to think about it, and I try and go a little bit, try and make them a little bit more special. I don't have the time. I'm always running late in the morning. So
Well, yeah, I know
just,
how it goes with teaching. It's hard to be creative and rushed. I think that's a real.
so I save it. I'll film and then I'll mute it and then I'll save it to my phone.
Yep.
And then I'll come back and I'll show you an app that I edit my videos in to speed them up, and I can put music in them too, which you can't hear tonight.
Great.
So yeah, and then just like little things, like this is something I would post in like my actual Instagram or like on Facebook. I would probably write a little bit more, but I usually kind of use the same picture sometimes and just say like, these are my thoughts. Like, I love these people. Some people only watch my stories. I don't know how many people actually go, to the page right away. But a lot of times I know that for me, with all my new followers, I see their stories first before or when I'm following somebody new, I see their stories first before I see their, profile. So or their, actual like Instagram page. So I try and bring people to my page that way.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And then so I'm sorry, I'll let you keep going, but I definitely have some questions, especially as it relates to the funneling of those people. Cause I think that's going to be the big significant thing. Cause I know a lot of people have the mystery of Instagram sometimes is the fact of like, well, it's easy with Facebook because you can go, here's the link, and then but you only in Instagram you've got that, or Instagram you've got that one link basically in your description or whatever. How does that and of course there's other ways around that, but I'd love to know how you're kind of pointing and directing people and all that kind of stuff.
When I'm talking to them, so I normally take them over once we have an ongoing conversation on direct message on Instagram, then I take them over to Facebook. Okay. Because Instagram is such a mess. My messages are, and I actually have an assistant that helps me like organize that, and she sends out a lot of messages. So if you end up following me on Instagram, you're probably going to get a message from my assistant within the next couple of weeks. So you can just disregard that. But it's just like, oh, thanks for the follow. I help busy women, just like me, love connecting with people. Yeah, can't wait to get to know you better, like things like that. So that's kind of how I start a lot of conversations, or just by going through their, stories and commenting.
Okay. And then that's where you are. So when you're doing those connections so part of your connect time and your power hour is going to be definitely through your stories, is what you're saying, is that you're using that a lot as a tool to actually connect with people. And so you're making comments about their stories. Is that kind of a deal, what you're doing?
Yeah. Okay. So I can show you. So here's, this is one of my best friends. So I'll just say like, so cute. And then that's automatically going to go into a direct message.
Gotcha.
Now, we mention each other in stories all the time, so we already have this going. Yeah. But that's a first, that's something I would say to somebody. And then I'd be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And then they'll be like, who the hell is this person? Yep. And then they'll click on my thing, and then I want them to go to my stories first. And if they're posting on stories, they're watching people's stories.
Yep.
Yeah. Gotcha. Because I feel that's where I'm giving the most value right now.
Yep.
With all value things, entertainment, education, inspiration, all of that. Like here's
So
some.
you're putting a good, so in terms of your percentage of effort as it relates, your creativity is you're slanting it towards the stories right now compared to even Facebook posts, Instagram posts, just regular posts. You're really putting your energy towards the stories themselves. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
That's
Snapchat? Yes or no?
no.
Gotcha.
Um, Only because it's like one more thing, and I never really got into it. Actually, our student teacher that we had last year is the one that taught me how to use both Snapchat and like Instagram. Last spring, she showed me how to use it, and that's when I kind of started dabbling in it. And then, like I've watched, Jatana Jackson has done really great trainings on it, and Andrea
Jatana, right, guys? Jatana.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I just start like, there are some coaches that I follow on Instagram purely for inspiration.
Sure.
I'm like, oh, that looks really cool. I wonder how she did that, and trying to figure it out.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's how I start a lot of conversations. And I've actually had success with like commenting on people's things and saying like, oh my gosh, I love like the way that you decorated your living room. I'm trying to decorate my new house right now. Where did you buy this, or did you make it yourself, or whatever? And it'll start like a little conversation, and then I'll start to see them pop up on as watching. Well, once you get into somebody's inbox, then you automatically are going to go to like one of their main stories. Like I'm going to always show up in their stories because we've had a private conversation.
So across the top, you'll see, they'll see you.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I see them start watching things, and then they'll like ask questions or,
So this is a good way, guys. It's almost like the old school philosophy, like the whole 10 and play kind of a thing is almost I'm assuming because with those favorites up on top is if you can have those, if you're getting into the top 10, I would imagine, of a lot of people's feeds, that's going to make a big difference in terms of your visibility, and then your reach really is what that's going to be doing. So yeah, that's good stuff.
For sure. So let me go back here. So here's just like, okay, so here's where I show, here's like the next day. Like I'm usually not really talking about, everyone knows like, what is it that you drink in the morning? And I'll say that so many people, since I started posting since I started showcasing Energize on my stories, my volume has gone up, and I have more challengers and more customers that are veteran and new that want Energize.
Absolutely.
Before it was like, how do I really share about this? Hey, you guys should drink this too. But I just post about it so consistently, and I wasn't doing that in my general like morning Facebook like post workout. Good morning post.
Yeah.
And I don't always, talk about it. Sometimes I do, but it's always there.
Yeah. No, and that's so great to just like where you're just like hey guys, what's up, and you're just doing it right, and then that's where you're at. They're making the question, hi, what are you making? I don't even know.
I be really real in the mornings. Like I'm tired. I don't want to do this. I don't know why I'm doing this. I didn't go to bed early enough. But then I, honest to God, feel so much better afterwards. And then I say that every day too. So it's not like, even though I'm kind of saying the same thing over and over again, I'm not like typing it out. But people kind of know like, okay, so it's not easy for her to wake up every morning, even though like she's smiling when it's all done. That's what happens when you work out in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah. And so then like we shout out first time people join us. And so here's like an example of like, I just added in text, took a picture, went to the little, writing tool, held down my finger on the screen. And then
you did that 2-slide thing where it's the same slide, and then it's also PowerPoint, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So,
a little tool. I'm assuming that's a cool way of doing like communicating that.
So for this, I typed it out, and then there's a little down arrow that's right by, right now it says like seen by 124.
Yep.
There's a little down arrow that automatically saves it to your phone.
Yep.
So that's what I do. And then I upload that photo that I just saved and added more text to it.
Yep.
And
Sorry
then,
to say, that looks like poop a bit, but it's okay.
this one?
No, the one, it was the meat.
Oh, my fajitas.
I'm sure it's good.
I didn't even think about that yet.
All right.
Okay, and so here's an example of like how I showcase what we do in our challenge groups. And I wish, so I'm just kind of like filming my screen as I'm doing my nightly check-in. And I say like, right now I'm doing my nightly check-in before I go to bed, make sure that anyone who needs me has heard encouragement from me today, you know, that sort of thing. And then I'm just really like talking about our group. So not only do they see what my job is as a coach, and I always say like, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a fitness expert, I'm just somebody who is in these groups, who learned a lot in these groups and want to help other women that are just like me. Because sometimes we just need somebody to encourage us. And I'm just so glad that that I have access to like the best trainers and the best nutritionists. So I don't have to worry about all of that stuff. And anything that I create, I give to my team. Like I say that over and over again. But
and how often do you think you're saying that?
I try to anytime I talk about the coaching side of coaching, not the business side of it, but anytime it's like, I'm talking about like the actual coaching. Like I never thought that because I have a degree in music and I am a teacher, I thought that no one would trust me, you know, helping them with their fitness, but I'm just so relieved that that's not at all what I do. I just connect people to programs that are going to help them reach their goals, and we do it together, and I support them and I share with them all that I've learned in the last 3 years. Yeah.
Great.
And then
the barrier for entry a lot lower.
Yes, exactly. And then anytime that me or, you know, Jackie, one of my coaches, she and I run our groups together. If we're going live in the group, I'll say like, okay, and this is what Jackie's talking about. Because I want people to message me and say, okay, I already know what your groups are. Sign me up. So that I'm answering a lot of those questions. If people are posting transformations, you betcha I am filming it and, you know, posting it. And you can't really see their names very well. And it's on Facebook anyway. And let's see. And then, and I talk about like how, you know, that's not always easy for everybody. And
I think you're again, it's that whole idea of it's the sneak peek into your groups, which is really effectively what it is. And I think that's actually even Jatana did the whole thing about the whole sneak peek into challenges themselves. This is just kind of a micro version of that, which I think is a brilliant thing. Because, you know, we've always talked about the sneak peek into coaching, but the sneak peek into an actual group and just giving people like, this is what you get when you get in here. This is how you get here. This is the meal plan that we did. What I
need to do is create a highlight of all of these and save it as a highlight on my page. I just haven't yet, and I haven't even really thought about that. But yeah, exactly. And that's where I've had, especially with the coach sneak peeks, that's where I've had a lot of success bringing on coaches. And so this has been working for me in bringing on cold market challengers, people that I didn't already know, which that's fun and promising. So, and then here I'm like, okay, and now I'm really tired and I'm going to go to bed. I don't even remember what the rest of it I said, but that's how I kind of show that. I think I was inviting people to the challenge group and just saying, these are some of the 80-day obsession results. I don't think I said 80-day obsession, but I was like 80-day program, really excited. You know, message me for details. Sometimes I say you can fill out the form in my, thing. But yeah, I always try and keep at least 8 stories. I tend to do a lot more than that, but it's, you know, it's the same thing over and over again. And I don't stress myself out with trying to come up with anything like too creative or too new, because I really just do a lot of the same things every day. And, I'm consistent with it. And that's what I want people to see. Like, show up and you keep pressing play on your workouts. I also like that people can physically like see like my transformation, or like you can see,
you're stronger at doing something or
yes.
whatever, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, a lot of the same things in there, but that's how I share a lot of, especially about the community, because I've really thought in the last year, like when I'm watching other coaches for inspiration, like not trying to compare myself, but when I'm watching them for inspiration, and when I say things like, okay, I want to join, okay, I would reach out to them. And I think like, what would make me reach out to them? It's always the community. It's not their own physical transformation. It's not whether or not they are in like crazy shape. For me, it's community, and obviously that they're running a successful business, because that was super important to me too. Like if I'm gonna reach out to you to be my business mentor, I want to make sure that you can help me make money. So that's what I've really tried to, like, especially coming into this new year. I'm like, okay, I want to do a better job of showing people my community, because that's like what I feel like is so unique and special about what we do as Beachbody coaches. We don't create the workout programs. We don't create all the nutrition stuff. Like I can tell people, here's what I'm eating. Here's what you can try eating too. I love making, new food and things like that. But it's our community that makes it special. And I want people to join my community who want to be a part of a community, who are going to make my community even better. Plus, it makes it really easy for my team to share. When they're really excited about the community of people that we're bringing in, it's easy for them to want to share and do the same thing. And a lot of my team copies the exact same stuff that I do on my stories. And I think a lot of people, especially newer coaches, are a lot more comfortable on Instagram than Facebook, because they know only people their age. I mean, for the most part, a lot of people, there are just older people on Facebook, like everyone's parents, some grandparents,
and aunts and all that. Yep.
Professor from college that you are friends with, and sometimes it's just people, there's just more of a barrier there that they have to get over, like, oh, I don't want them to see stuff. And of course they can hide things and whatever to make them feel more comfortable for the time being. But I feel like this is such an easy way to get people comfortable talking on live video too, which is helpful in sneak peeks.
Because there's just the really short sound bites are really helpful too. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so we had a question. When someone views your story that you see, do you reach out to them even if they didn't do anything but view it?
Yes. If they have watched, like, so every day I try and write down a list of people that I don't already know, that I haven't already connected, that aren't in my database, that aren't on my team, or aren't people that are already my friends, new people that I need to connect with. So then I'll usually go through and look. I'm like, oh, who is this? Okay, let me click on their stuff. And then I'll go through, and then I'll do my and commenting on their photos. And then I'll send them a message, and, usually an invite. If they've seen my invite, to me, it's the equivalent of liking or loving a photo on Facebook. I know you see it, so it's not coming out of the blue. And I'll just say, my go-to is, either thank you for showing me. I'll ask a lot of polls, too. That's a really easy way to send somebody a message. Oh, thanks for showing me all the love on Instagram. I have a new challenge that's getting ready to start up. I would love for you to join. Is that something you're interested in at all? And that's not going to come out of left field, because they've been watching all of my stuff, and I post about it all the time on my stories. So I feel really comfortable saying that. Also, I love to ask if people want my recipes, because let me find an example.
Yeah, there was a salad right there.
Do what?
You have a salad right there, I see.
Oh, yeah. Do you want the recipe? So never say, if you do these, never say it automatically shows up as yes or no. Always change the no.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Of course. Or are you interested in joining? Do you want more information on my next challenge? Yes, or still thinking about it. something like that. Cause then I always send them a message and give them more information. And a lot of people, it's private. They're not gonna, it's not like when you make a post that say comment below if you want more information. Then they're like, oh, I have to comment. People are going to see my comment. There's just, that whole like mind game or that whole thing that they go through. And this is like, they know that I'm the only one that can see that they said yes.
Yeah. So wait, the poll thing, tell me about that poll thing. I didn't understand what is that?
Sure. So,
that's new for me.
Okay. So you take a picture and then one of the little like add-ons says says poll, and then you get to type the question. So like it says, do you want the recipe? And then if you click on yes, you can change that. So I just said yes. And then the red and orange one is no. So I clicked on that and changed it to of course. And sometimes I'll do funny things like like for zucchini, like, do you want the recipe? Yes. Or like the no was like, I'm scared of zucchini, which a lot of people are. So then when you click on who saw it, you can see who voted for these, who voted for what. So then I send them, if I'm already Facebook friends with them, I send them a message on Facebook and just say like, I saw that you wanted this. And then I love saying, I have a new challenge group starting. Would you like more information? Or I'm doing a lot of 80-day obsession stuff. I don't know if you've seen like the transformation that I posted tonight, but I'm getting ready to start a new batch of challengers in February. If you or anyone you know is ready to join.
Love it.
And so again, that's an easy invite. And it's just a great way to start conversations with all of these people. And then
so you're getting them to see like a fuller picture of who you are in real time. Really, so you're getting that real time sense of who you are. You've given them the sneak peek kind of into what the environment looks like. You've shown them community. You've shown them all these, so you've given them all these things. So it's just that, and especially if they keep stalking you, it's like you said, it's not like, hey, this random message out of the blue. It's like, wow, you've been watching. And the fact, but that tells me something, and I think this guy's important to at least just a quick note here to all of us. That tells me that you have to be consistent about that journey and telling it somewhat, of course, you're going to keep the same things, but you can't post the exact same quote every day. That would be lame. But the point is that you are so consistent in that it's not surprising when you then message them, because they've been keeping track, or they've been keeping watch on your channel, I guess, as such.
Exactly.
So of course, then that would be a logical next step to ask them. Hey, I've seen you've been watching, so hey, here's the next step, versus the cold thing. So
and I just decide that if somebody is watching my stuff, and I just tell myself, like, who wouldn't want to join what we do? Who wouldn't want this? Like, what we have to offer is amazing. Anyone that's a coach has had an incredible transformation in their life or in their fitness. Like, it's truly a gift. Who wouldn't want this? So if they're watching my stuff, they already know what we're all about and what we do. Why would they not want to?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that everybody says yes, of course. And they go into my, follow-up funnel and everything. But yeah, I love to ask questions and do that poll. Or I'll just say, like, what do you think? Like, should I wear this is a terrible example because my hair is the same every day. Should I wear my hair like this? Or do these pants go with these? Does this pants go with this shoes or whatever? And then people will send me a direct message or just like, yes, I love it. Or just do this little tweet, or whatever. And that's just another way to start a
conversation.
New conversation. And so I scroll through people's stories. And I also search hashtags to find people to go if I want to, it's so easy for me to talk about dogs. And I love to send people pictures of like my dogs. So I'll go and find people that post on their stories about dogs.
Give us an example. Can you show us an example real quick?
Yes. So,
There's your doggy.
didn't do, yeah, that's one of them. There's the other one. Oh, I didn't do,
Oh, so cute.
let's see. Where are my hashtags?
It's in the posts, Claire. It actually just put like on the post. You just click. I think you click on the poll.
Oh, did I? Oh.
She's asking about the percentages of
Oh,
like who says yes and no. I think it's right on
yes.
the actual post.
Yes. You click on seen
Yeah.
at the bottom and it will show you who saw your story and who voted. Okay, so let's do Doxymum.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's pretty much just me. Okay.
There you go.
And then I'm like, okay, is this a real person or is this somebody who, okay, but they're not posting on their stories. Look at you. You're probably a Beachbody coach. Actually, I don't know. I might do a little bit more. Yeah, probably.
Yep.
So I just keep moving. And then, okay. She looks like we could be sisters. And she's a coach too. Okay, and then I'm like, is this a real? No, it's a blog. Might not be a real person.
Doxymum. That's probably a Brit.
Yes. Okay, no stories. Okay, let me do another example.
It's okay.
Let's do
Teacher fashion.
teacher stress.
Teacher stress. There you go.
Some of these are really funny. Like when I love when people like post memes because then that's such an easy way. Like, oh my god, that is so funny. And so like you can go here and like follow. So anytime
You can follow
it'll
the
show,
hashtag. Yeah.
yeah, on my oh my gosh, all these Beachbody coaches in our hashtag.
These dang Beachbody coaches.
Oh no. Oh look, there's me.
So annoying.
Let's see. Okay, that's not a real person.
Mm-hmm.
How about we'll do like newlywed? I don't know how many years you have to be married to be considered no longer a newlywed.
Mm-hmm. Newlywed and dogs. That's your happy place, right?
Yes. Yes.
No.
Okay. I wish I had better examples.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
But but if you did find somebody and then it is a person that is like legit and they have a story, then you're gonna just do a quick, oh my gosh, this is so funny. Where'd you find it? Or something.
Yes. Okay. Like I don't know this person.
Yeah.
Let me see. Does she look like a coach? No.
No.
Coworker is being. Have I actually messaged her before? Actually, I think I have. But I'm gonna do it again. Let's see. Coworkers being productive today.
Yeah, we answered that, Claire.
What?
Did you hear that?
Um.
The first question there. She reaches out. She reaches out.
Let's see. Does she say what she gets to do? What her job is? No. but let's see what our previous conversations were. Oh, I did send her a message before. My assistant did. Yeah. So I'll say that and see what she replies back.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's kind of just my process, and then I scan here. If they're like not posting about things that I like really want to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, that's a little excessive. But that really was my reaction to it. And then I'll probably send her a photo of my dog doing the same thing.
Oh,
because I have a dog that looks just like that. And yeah, so I would go in and send her, I would scroll through my photos right now, but you would see, 100 outtakes from my photos this morning. And then I would probably send her like, oh my gosh, it looks just like my dog. So for me, like that's super easy for me to connect with people about, especially if I think like they're like kind of around my age. Yeah.
You, by the way, just to ask a question, I can say this, but yes, she does. You connect it directly to your Facebook Messenger, so all this pops into your Messenger feed, correct? Yes. No.
All of this is in my. This is just in Instagram. But you go to your profile. And
I'm sorry, not the messaging, this part of it, but I'm saying when you post to your story, though, it's posting to Facebook. Right?
Correct. And you do that by going to this little like circle options, and then story settings, and then down at the bottom, share story, share your story to Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah, and you can automatically save to camera roll too. I don't, just because my.
Oh my gosh, that'd be a billion for you.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, and then so when I take video.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to ask. Yeah.
Okay, so my favorite app to use is InShot, and I'm pretty. I might have paid like the $1 or $2 to get the little watermark taken off.
As well.
So if I want to create a video, I don't want somebody to like see, to like watch me in real time, like do every little thing, because I think it's kind of boring. I'll do like, let me use one of these for example. Let's see. Yes, this is real time. So I'll first like speed it up 1.5 to 2, somewhere between there. And then I'll go to trim and trim it down as many times as I think somebody could watch me do that rep before, like, okay, probably no more than twice, because then they'll be bored. Mm-hmm. And then I'll add wherever just wherever another one was from that same morning, and then speed it up, trim it down, and then it basically, puts them together. That's crazy. Oh, that's my video that I already compiled. But then I go here and I save it. It's going to save to however long you make it. I try and keep it the total time I try and keep it at 30 seconds.
30.
And then I split the clip and save them as 2 individuals, because your videos on Instagram stories can only be 15 seconds.
Okay. So you split that within the app?
Yeah. So what I do is, I'll show you what I did like this morning. So this one was a total of 30 seconds right here.
Yep.
So I saved the whole one that was 30 seconds. And then I go to trim.
Mm-hmm. Split. There you go.
And then delete one of the halves, save it, and then re-upload the 30-second one again and do the same thing.
Okay.
And then I go in and upload, and then that's when I'll add like additional text to it. And I typically just use the Instagram text, but also Hype Type is a good one if you have an iPhone. I think it's only on iPhone. It's like animated words that show up, and you can time it. And then, yeah, I think Andrea Crowder has a really good YouTube video that's actually part of our new coach training that we have people that I have our new coaches watch on Instagram stories. And she shows lots of like tricks and stuff. Actually, I learned.
Could you send that to me?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? I know. Just gosh, I talked a lot.
No. This is why we got you on the call, man. That's great. You also she also, just so if you do check out some of her stuff, she does PicMonkey for her a lot of her artwork or her still stuff, I guess, to put it that way, or more produced, I guess, kind of a style. And that PicMonkey is she mentions she does some Etsy downloads, is what you say, so to get some of your overlays and templates, kind of a deal. Yeah. Is there a particular source that you use for that within Etsy? Not to necessarily steal your logo, but
let me see. Not necessarily, but like I know that I like let's see, if I wanted gold glitter overlay or something like that. And then, or like confetti. So I could buy this and it's going to show up as, I'll show you in PicMonkey. Oops, wrong button. It'll show up.
I'm ready.
Oh yeah, she's so tough. All 10 pounds. Yeah, and I don't know how to use Canva. I only use PicMonkey because that's just the only thing that I've ever done. So edit. So like this is like my general new coach template. And then so like these little sparkles are like something that I bought on Etsy.
Gotcha.
And they're just, the nice thing about those is that they don't have any type of, like, they're transparent all around it. Yeah. And then like this.
That paint behind there as well.
Yes. Like a watercolor, like brush. I like have a bunch of those things too. Honestly, I've probably spent about $20 total on just the things that I've bought on Etsy in the last year for that. But I feel like it helps
makes things pop. $20, man, for investment, that's nothing.
Yeah, like my brand, my colors, things that I like that, I like pretty things. So I hope to, attract people that like pretty things. And
yeah, absolutely. And I think that's definitely part of your brand. And I think you'll grab those people, which is great. You'll find the value in that and go, I want to follow her. So that's good. Nice. Well, very helpful call, Rachel Johnstone. I wanted to say thank you so much for your time tonight. I want to say thank you for just showing us some of the behind. Like, this is literally a nuts and bolts call, which is really, really helpful. And sometimes we talk a lot of big picture, and that's where I tend to hang out sometimes. But to dial in really deep into something very practical like this is going to be super helpful for us. So I really appreciate it.
And I think it kind of helped me get out of like a little like inviting funk that I was into. I'm like, it just didn't feel like fun or as maybe as easy, even though, I always feel like once you like have that momentum going, it's easier. But this kind of made me more excited to like meet new people and talk to people who I already knew were like me or had similar interests. Like, I know, like, I'm going to get off this and like go send this girl a picture of my dachshund and we might become best friends.
Yeah. And I guess the thing that really hits to me, guys, is that I'm trying to relate it to a real life situation where it's not just like virtual on the web, but it would be like entering a room where there's already interest, like, and there's maybe even a common interest going on, So you can just enter into that conversation a lot easier versus you enter into a place where it's, I don't even know the vibe here. I don't know anybody here. And I've got to suddenly start talking to people, right?
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best analogy that I can make towards it. So when you've already got some initial connections and somebody has shared something of themselves, then it's easy to comment back on that versus, hey, I'm just going to pull stuff out of you. And that's just weird and awkward sometimes. So yeah, good. And which is honestly, and I think that's the difference between, you think about Facebook Messenger, and I think that's the hey girl messages. Hey girl, I'm just doing, thing. And it's like, what? Like, there's nothing for you to, but now I guess I would say this at the same time with Facebook, because of the stories, that starts to open up that door. So you can, guys, and I would just say this, you can use the same techniques, but just now over in Facebook world when it comes to this. So you can do the exact same thing. It's just going to be in Facebook world, which will be, So
now I have fewer people watching my stuff on Facebook. Like I only have like 30, whereas I have like right now probably between 150 to 200.
Yeah.
So it's a smaller amount, but I'm like, oh, you watch my stuff? You've never liked or commented on anything before, somebody else. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to send a message to you.
Yeah.
You're probably thinking like, why hasn't she reached out to me yet?
Yep.
That's why.
And guys, that's that real time, and that's back to the business like page, even on which aren't doing well now, right? You guys know. So, but that's that point of saying, hey, I can actually see feedback of who's watching my stuff. And then you start to know, and you start to be a little more intentional versus I'm just going to keep talking to the world, instead of like, no, I'm going to talk to you because you're watching. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I won't keep you any longer, but so thank you. And just a great call. And guys, just reach out with questions and we'll try to answer anything potentially as we roll. And if you're watching this on video, we're sad that you had to watch it after. Hey, Nicole hops on for the last couple seconds. Hi, Nicole. You'll have to watch the video, girl, but it was a great call. And we'll see you guys next week for the sneak peek. Thanks again, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Rachel.
See ya.
Thanks.